Hello everyone, Markle255 here and welcome back to another video. I feel as if I have played a fair share of underrated games in my time, from games like Paper Mario Color Splash to Celeste, with varying degrees of how underrated they are. However, there's one game I consider to be one of the most underrated I have played. That game of course being Punch-Out for the Wii. This game has always been one of the most memorable games on the Wii to me, with tons of reasons as to why. This game seems to have some sort of a community to this day, so there's obviously people who love it alongside me, but it still seems to be out of the public eye for the most part. This video will go over the key aspects of this game that makes it so fun to me, so I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and click the notifications bell so you know when I'll upload next. I got a lot of cool stuff planned for the future of the channel, and I want you to see what it is. With that being said, let's talk about why Punch-Out Wii is an underrated gem. Man, this game never gets old to replay. The basic way you fight people, that being punching, ducking and dodging enemies' attacks, is still super fun to do even after 12 playthroughs. Additionally, learning the fastest ways to attack and defeat the boxers you face is so much fun, and getting them right on subsequent playthroughs is so damn satisfying. When you start the game, you honestly suck so much, at least from my experience. I had trouble with every boxer from the first King Hippo fight all the way to the end, but on later playthroughs, I had learnt the most efficient techniques and the timings for the hardest attacks to take advantage of, so most early fights became a breeze. However, it doesn't mean that the later fights are now suddenly easy, as their strategies are super complicated and difficult to perform, to the point where I even had trouble on my most recent playthrough for this video. There are even attacks which are essentially random, like Great Tiger's crazy wind thing that sucks and is annoying to avoid. So fights like that immediately give you so much more adrenaline, and are much more difficult. The hardest fights for me in the main game are Title Defense Soda Popinski and Title Defense Mr. Sandman, for having an insanely long combination of attacks to memorize and random attacks that go fast respectively. Those fights give me so much adrenaline, it's insane. Plus there are some strategies for other fights I still don't know that well, or are just difficult to understand the timing of various parts of the strategy. This game purely focuses on reaction mechanics, which works wonders for this type of game to me. You also have a good incentive throughout the whole game to defeat all these boxers, albeit a very simple one, that being to get to be the #1 champion of boxing, then to defend that title against every previous challenger but harder, and finally to keep going until you lose 3 times to retire. That last one is the most interesting because it's sort of a hardcore mode for this game called Max Last Stand, where a random title defense fight is selected and you have to fight it or lose. If you lose 3 times overall, you officially retire, and that's that. You have to replay the entire game again to play that mode again. I think this is both a cool and a poor decision, because it does make sense that you can't try again because Little Mac won't fight anymore. However, it does lock a special mode behind winning 10 fights in that mode, which you can't get if you fail, so that sucks. Watching the fastest times people have gotten in these fights is so much fun, as well as watching tons of challenge videos people have made on the game. It's insanely impressive watching all these crazy things possible in the game considering how challenging it already is normally. The short length of the game also makes it super easy to go back to after half a year, which is pretty much a tradition for me at this point. It's a blast seeing how much better I did on my most recent playthrough compared to previous ones. Anyways, on to the next section.
Whee! Woo! I am fabulous.
Holy crap, the animation in this game is insane. It's super smooth and looks way too good for the Wii. Just look at this shit. There are videos that go into more detail about how well the animation works, so I'll leave a link if you want to see what I say in more detail. In a nutshell, the animation in this game firstly looks insanely good, it works for the gameplay, and keeps the style the original Punch-Out games had. The animation on the enemy boxes is all exaggerated and cartoonish, 1, to keep with the style, and 2, so your eyes are never drawn away from them. You will be focusing on what your enemy will do 100% of the time, so you can quickly react to their attacks. So having their animations exaggerated whilst Little Max is quick and to the point is fantastic for gameplay. The impact of the hits you perform on enemy favours the point after the hit connects, to both make the attack feel quick enough to not feel unresponsive, and to exaggerate the power and satisfaction of hitting them. For enemy attacks, the impact favours both before and after the hit, to give you the time to react to get out of the way of their attacks, and to either exaggerate the power of their attack, or to give you time to hit them back so you can see them being like, oh god, I'm gonna get hit, fuck. The animation for each character also mimics the way these characters moved in the older Punch-Out games, from Piston Hondo's iconic eyebrow raise, to Bold Bull's bull charge move, to everything about King Hippo. I could go on and on about this really. Every character is so unique and fun to watch because of their unique and exaggerated animation. I have never seen a game with as much charm as this one purely because of the animation. Because of how little there is throughout this whole game, the developers could put so much time into what they have, and it works amazingly. Speaking of having a lot of love put into them,
Why don't you love me?
I've mentioned the characters a bit throughout this whole video, but I need to dedicate a whole section to them because they are what makes Punch-Out to me. Every single one is based on some kind of stereotype, outside of I guess King Hippo and the Secret Fighter, but the majority are stereotypes of various countries. This may seem terrible and not funny, but Next Level Games pulled every single one off perfectly. I love the boxes so much in this game that I was considering making this video just a ranking of them all, but I can show a tier list after talking about each one individually for a bit. Glass Joe. He's a very pathetic guy, but that's just what makes him so fun to watch. He's lost over 100 times now, which is still so funny to see, so he's obviously not going to be too crazy. Overall, a 7 out of 10. Von Kaiser. He's super serious and all, yet he still sucks, which makes his character pretty fun too. 6 out of 10. Disco Kid. This is the only new character added into this entry of the series, and he is so much fun. I think he is more of a guilty pleasure character to me, but oh well, an 8 out of 10. King Hippo. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan. He appeals to a specific kind of person, and I'm not that kind of person. 5 out of 10. Piston Hondo. This guy acts all super serious and all, yet his goofy mannerisms whilst being serious is such a joy to watch. Definitely a personal favourite. 8 out of 10. Bear Hugger. This guy has some of the most quotable lines of them all. He gets a funny squirrel in his title defense fight, what's not to love? Easily top 5, 9 out of 10. Great Tiger. Honestly, kind of forgettable compared to others, but he still has his moments like his clones just casually talking to each other in title defense. 6 out of 10. Don Flamenco. I love pretty much everything about this dude, from how dramatic he is to his connections to bullfighting and more. Definitely up there as a favourite, 8 out of 10. Aran Ryan. This dude is one of the most insane, unhinged, hilarious MFers I've ever seen. He breaks like 18 individual rules when it comes to boxing, from using elbows and headbutts to physically abusing the referee. He picks fights with the audience who already despise him. He steals Little Mac's old gloves to use for himself and constructs a mace-type weapon to use in title defense, and so much more. Aran Ryan is a perfect character in my book, and I always look forward to getting to him on any playthrough. 10 out of 10. Soda Popinski. Whilst I do have a little bias against him because I hate fighting his title defense version, the fact that he's always kinda drunk and drinks his soda mid-fight is so fun. 9 out of 10. Bolt Bull. This guy is more of a different flavour of unhinged, similar to Aran Ryan, but it doesn't work as well to me. His fights are at least pretty creative though. 6 out of 10. Super Macho Man. This dude has grown on me so much, mainly because the wider Punch-Out community loves him. He's such a pompous and arrogant dude, which is fun as hell. His voice lines are iconic as hell.
Release the bogus!
He's Super Macho Man, dude. 9 out of 10. Probably my second favourite. Mr. Sandman. This guy's ominous and scary presentation makes him a perfect final foe, who still has his crazy moments like punching a building down with only his fists. 8 out of 10. Donkey Kong. Okay, I should probably explain this a little bit. At random during Mac's last stand, you can come across Donkey Kong, which is a little unfair to me, as you won't know how to find him on a first playthrough, but oh well. Anyways, I love the dude, but he kinda rubs me off in the wrong way this game. He has his moments like taking Little Mac out of the ring with him if you lose, but that's about it. 6 out of 10. And that's all the enemy boxes. If another Punch-Out game is made, we need characters with as much, if not more, personality than this. It is truly the bread and butter of this whole series.
Good job, son. Good job.
Punch-Out Wii has it all to me, from very enjoyable gameplay, to tons of replay value, to extremely charming and endearing characters. Pretty much everyone out there has a Wii at this point, so I personally implore you to check this game out. It is truly a super underrated game within the insanely solid lineup the Wii already has. This game obviously isn't as perfect as Super Mario Galaxy in my opinion, but it's definitely up there as one of my favourite Wii games. I need a new Punch-Out game on the Switch so bad, guys, you have no idea. There was obviously a lot less to say about this game than the games from previous videos like this, but oh well. Anyways guys, that just about does it for today's video everybody, really hope you all enjoyed it. And if you like my channel, then why not subscribe, click the like button, check out these videos, share with friends and family, check out my Discord server, and click the bell to let you be notified when any new videos come out. Anyways guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.